Hello everybody, it's Emery48 here and welcome back to another Star Wars video. Today we hit a very exciting point in the Star Wars canon timeline, and that is Order 66. Now it is involved in both the Clone Wars Season 7 and Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, so I'm combining them into one video. Because there's no point in talking about the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars without talking about Revenge of the Sith. We do start with Clone Wars Season 7, Episode 9, Old Friends Not Forgotten. We get the red intro, which always means something intense is going to happen. Ahsoka reunites with Obi-Wan and Anakin. She's getting help from Rex and clones with her face painted on their helmets to help Bo-Katan and the Mandalorians take Mandalore back from Maul. Maul had wanted to trap Obi-Wan, but Ahsoka came instead. Obi-Wan and Anakin are headed to Coruscant to help defend the capital of the Republic, which leads us perfectly into Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. This is easily the best movie in the prequel trilogy, and because those are the only 3 movies we've hit so far, it is currently on top. I do think watching the Clone Wars has actually made Episode 3 even better for me, because just the disdain that Obi-Wan and Anakin have for the droids and the tiredness that they have for this war, you don't really get it. You don't get why between episodes 2 and 3. But with the whole series, you're like, man, yeah, they've been doing this for a long time. They've dealt with a lot of droids. They're kind of done with the droid army. We move on to episode 10, The Phantom Apprentice. There is a civil war on Mandalore, won by Bo-Katan and the clones. Ahsoka captures Maul after he tried to recruit her to help him kill Sidious and Anakin. I think he had her convinced until he included Anakin in that. Before they take control of the galaxy, episode 11, Shattered. Order 66 occurs. We see Ahsoka and Rex's side of Order 66. Ahsoka frees Maul from the on-ship prison to distract the clones. Ahsoka removes Rex's inhibitor chip and he saves her life from other clones. The timeline does put Bad Batch Season 1, Episode 1 in between the last 2 episodes of Clone Wars, but I figure I'll just talk about the Bad Batch episode when we get to Bad Batch, which is very soon. But we have Episode 12, Victory and Death. Maul destroys the ship's hyperdrive and escapes. Ahsoka and Rex fight the clones, killing none of them, even though they all die anyway. Ahsoka and Rex go back after the ship crashes and bury the clones and leave Rex's helmet and Ahsoka's lightsaber with the burial. Sometime later, it got snowed on, so there was definitely at least a couple of hours have passed, but Darth Vader finds the burial, the crash site, and Ahsoka's lightsaber. Now, it was a very intense end, and I mean, it's all combined with episode 3, which for me is the most emotional Star Wars movie, at least so far. I think even overall. But when I revisit the other movies, maybe I'll have a different opinion. But so far, it's definitely got the most emotion. Its pacing is really good, and the action is great. Clone Wars is the only show that I've watched so far in the timeline. I've watched other shows for Star Wars, but we have not gotten there yet in the timeline, so it is the best for now. We'll see how that changes, if it does, as we continue through the timeline. But we have finally passed Order 66, which is a very exciting thing. Now we get to see the building of the Empire, and after we finish with the year 19 BBY, which is the year of episode 3, we will then jump back into the Legends to see how the Legends portrays Order 66, as I know it is going to be in a few things. The Republic Commando series we have not finished yet, and it concludes, I believe, with an Order 66 episode. So it will be very interesting to see how those things wrap up, as we have now seen how the canon wraps up Order 66. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments of episode 3 of Star Wars and season 7 of the Clone Wars. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.